Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the moment you have been waiting for. This is the Kiss Culture Bash International Show. And people, me not tell no lie, we have a very, very, very special guest. The government himself is all about none other than the general, we call him Buju. Banton is live with us here on the Kiss Culture Bash Show. Buju, what's going on, my brother?
Big respect, Ricky Platinum and the crew. No respect, the Culture Bash Show. No respect goes to all the Washington, D.C., Maryland, Baltimore, Philadelphia, across the bridge, Delaware. As long as you can hear Buju Banton in the house. Clear!
Right, we call it the DMV now, Buju. The D is for DC, the M is for Maryland, and the V is for Virginia. Right?
So let's call it the music vibes.
That's what we calling it right now. Right? So Buju.
Yeah.
What's up, my brother?
Man, I'm taking it easy. You know, I just want to give thanks to all the massive who have been showing me tremendous love and support. You know what I mean? Since we released this album Friday, the love and the support from the people have been so much. I mean, over really and truly, because it's my first work in the last 10 years, going on 11 years. And it's long overdue. But the reception has been tremendous.
You got a lot of years in the industry and you're still young.
When you keep your heart clean, bro, it's possible.
That's right. That's probably why I look so young too, eh?
Exactly.
And Buju, you gave us a lot of wonderful albums from Stamina Daddy, Mr. Mention, Voice of Jamaica, till Shiloh, Inner Heights Unchained, just to name a few, Before Dawn, and now we have Upside Down 2020. And I believe every time you put out an album, you entitle and send out a positive message. Why the title Upside Down?
Because the world is upside down, and it's upside down all over. You see it, right? Let me say something to you. 6 months ago in Washington, D.C., you could not wear a mask inside a bank. You go right to prison. Better yet, they'll shoot you down right there at the door. No, they're encouraging you to wear a mask even in banks. Huh? So we got an upside down or a right side up. Justice is now injustice. The lies are truth. And nobody care because everybody was busy. You know what I mean? With this being distracted, left, right, and center. So we come to set the people at ease with music to just make the people be at peace. Yeah, that's what we come for. Bring the love to the world.
Well, you know, Buju, we here in Washington, D.C. This is the nation's capital, probably the capital of the world, as some like to call it. You know, there's a lot of things going on here. I like to call it the headquarters of protest. Because when people in this country want to protest, they look at Washington, D.C. as the lead. You know, so we got a lot going on. They're protesting out here every day, my brother.
I see it, but you have to, brothers, them need to remember, protest is different from violence. Yeah. We as a people are accustomed to protesting all our lives, but when someone is going to blatantly kill our brother in front of us, like you're trying to say, what can you do about it? This is what we do about it. We'll stand up until we receive changes, until changes are apparent for everybody, and you know what I mean? But we don't want people going out there and hurting themselves because we don't like when our brothers and sisters get hurt because it's only we feel the pain. That hasn't changed.
That's right.
You know?
And
so, I think the more we can encourage brothers to make your voice heard, and come up with serious mandate. Don't make the message get lost in mayhem. You understand? So we have to make sure you stay on the message, which is we need a strong platform and a strong mandate to go forward so you understand that it can't be a destructive way, at all. So here come Buju Banton Upside Down 2020 to bring some calm to the situation globally. Likewise, opening the eyes of the mind and the minds of men globally, not by force, just by musically.
And the timing couldn't be better, my brother. The timing could not be better to drop.
God time is the best, God time is the best. The timing of the Most High, the great I Am, is the best. Not the time of man. Because man plan and God plan. But surely God is the greatest planner. Uncle, big up yourself.
Respect. And we need more artists to really really, like you would say, you're the servant for the people them, and I respect that because in every song there's a message, and I want the people them to really go out there and go listen to the album. 400 years long in Babylon. It's not no we're hearing about this, and it's not because it's 2020. This is not nothing new. I want the people them to understand that 400 years in Babylon is a song that Buju, we can really use that same song to kind of reflect on what's going on in the world right now. What advice do you have for our African brothers and sisters in these times?
Yes, we have to do some introspection as a people. We cannot be the tool of anyone, not in this time. This is at 1969 where our mothers and fathers were so afraid that they cower in sheer and fear, you know. And this is not a situation where, because we can't throw away life. You understand? If we're going to fight and we're going to lose life, we must fight and lose life for worthy cause. Up to now, I'm looking for the leaders of the black community, the one them who are always vocal, like from the NAACP and them places there, to emerge. But I really see that a different movement is in place. But however the movement or whoever is the leader is, I think what is important is that the youth make them voice heard. You know, let your voice heard because, you know, we suffer. We know. We experience it. You understand me? And people will just respect that because a lot of people can identify with what I and I been through just because of this, the color of skin. You know what I mean? Our people need proper housing. Our people need sustainable growth, sustainable development. When you look in Washington, D.C. and dilapidated houses that fill the communities that my people live in, and then they just cross the train line into Prince George or wherever it was, or St. George or where it was in county.
Exactly.
A different living standard exists, and you go over capital, it's a different living standard exists. Yet you see a systematic thing in place where they deliberately drive these communities down so that people move out. Then 2 years later, you cannot even enter the same community, and we fall for the same thing over and over and over and over and over. So, till the people become aware, there's not much we can do but continue doing what we've been doing, because if you check the history of Buju Banton, nothing has changed. Murderer, just free the people. It's not an easy road. I've always been there with you because I am from the people, of the people. You understand? So, with duty continue, with journey continue to bring the message as a great servant, you know, of the people, you know. So, I hope one day my people just wake up and just loose them chain, the mental chains. Right. Yeah. And see things for what they really are and just make a move in one accord, because the situation I just explained to you is not only a situation that exists in D.C., Washington, but in most of the cities where our people, our brothers and sisters live. It's a hotbed for the cops to come and terrorize us with a different standard of policing than other communities. Right. How we effect change? We have to be the change that we want to see also, you know. It's not a one-sided thing. That's so right. We need strong advice going out to the youths then, because when a youth loses his eye, get a shot in the head, the cause must worth it. Right. And injure our future leaders and our future men and women of tomorrow by blindly. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Understood. Okay, Buju, I'd like to ask you, since we're on that topic, what do you think about this movement that's going on right now? You know, do you think it's more productive than the ones we've had in the past, in the 60s? And so this time there'll be change. I am not on the ground to give you a first-hand account of what I see from a vantage point, because that's not available. So therefore, the information that we have is primarily coming from the media sources. And we see the people standing up, and we saw what happened with George Floyd. The world saw it. It's not an isolated situation. In that sense, the world saw it. So therefore, you know, the youth them gather and say, hey, no, that's wrong. The people. But what I didn't understand was why are we hurting our own people and destroying our own people's businesses and destroying our own communities. And then I just still can't wrap my mind around that. But still, like I said, I'm not there on the ground. Yeah, but I know any movement for the liberation of my people, for the advancement of my people in a constructive way, in a progressive way. Yes? Absolutely. Must adhere to those fundamental principles.
The servant himself, Buju Banton. And there's a song that many of us remember, Can't Be My Lover, featuring John Legend. And when I seen John Legend on the track list and realized you had a track with John Legend, Memories, and I listened to it, it's a very, very beautiful song. Just tell the people them how did that collaboration come about after so long.
Yeah, after Can't Be My Lover, I was away for a little time. Then when I came back, I contacted John, said, hey, I'm working on my record. And he immediately said, what? What's up? And I sent him the track and he knocked it out just like that. So no itch, and that's important for us if we have this kind of understanding among us as brother, that our word means something. Yeah. So, but working with John Legend on this track was exceptionally great. It was beautiful. Thanks, John. Thanks for the support.
Respect to John Legend anywhere he's at right now.
Big collab.
Yes,
Well, Buju, before we go into the music and keep carrying on the music, I have one personal question that I said if I ever interview you, I wanted to ask you this now. And I'm a big foodie. I love to eat food, and I know you do too. I want to know, what was that first meal when you got back to Jamaica that you've been dying to have? What was that meal? Please tell us.
Marijuana.
Okay, and the second one.
Once a marijuana. It's a good choice.
That was a good choice. That was
from the earth.
Bringing food is essential before you try to feed a goodie.
That's right.
But I had a nice steamed fish, well prepared, and it was delicious. Actually, it was delicious.
Okay, I won the bet. I won that bet. Steamed fish.
Yeah, we had a bet.
Mm-hmm.
Steamed fish win every time.
Let's only hope that bet is nothing like this movie, with me, the two guys them better dollar in our bathroom for this Friday Murphy.
Yeah, you see, you're kind of older than me, Trini. You got a lot more history. But the other day, Buju, I was talking to you, and I sent you a picture. This was like 20 plus years ago in Maryland. I sent you a picture with me, you, and my twin sister, and we had a little conversation. And the one thing that you told me that stuck out the most in that conversation was, stay woke, stay awake. Stay awake. Do not fall for the tricks and the politics, and don't fall for the pandemic, as you would say. The pandemic. One of the songs that I love from the album that really inspires me is "The World Is Changing," and that's really, really, really facts right there. Talk about "The World Is Changing," a magnificent song.
I'm gonna say the song speaks for itself. This is not like the previous years when I would come on the radio. And after I make the song, I'll sit and talk to you about the same thing that I just made for you to listen to. Yep. That's going around in circles. Where I'm not feeding the masses anymore with a spoon. They have grown enough and they are into all kind of things. They are old enough to know that they can dissect and go down into the belly of a song. Gone are those days, This is the day of enlightenment, and the days of enlightenment when man shall run to truth naked and cling onto it, because they've been throwing truth behind them for centuries, and for hundreds of years. We love the things. Look at how we speak. If this is good, we say it is bad. If the song is nice, it's wicked. Let me just press a pause. So we have to, you know what I mean? To write some of them things and know that this time is not the same time, not the same as before. When we give the people the music, we sincerely hope that them listen to the music. Yes? Come to your own conclusion. I cannot tell you how to think, nor manufacture your consent.
Yeah.
I appreciate free thinkers who have different ideas. So I did my part as the bringer of the message. Do your part and read the note.
Read between the lines.
The world is indeed changing, my brother. And is it changed in a good way? Is it changed in a bad way? We shall see.
Right. Okay, Buju. As we move on, another question I had, always wanted to ask you this also. When you got into the game, when you got into the industry, who was the artist that influenced you the most to get into this business, this music industry?
I had so much influence growing up in Jamaica where the music is concerned, because back in those days we had what was called dancehall. We still have it now, but in a different form, you know. In those days, you have to go to the dancehall as an entertainer and hold the microphone in your hand and like what you're doing now and do your stuff. You know, Peter Metro, Red Dragon, Flower Gun, Daddy Lizard, Clement Tyree, Sanchez, Cocotte, Admiral Tibet, Junior Delgado, all heap of people. All heap of people. Because you try to learn as much as you could. And I'm happy I did that, because then now I see myself having the history and the genesis much more than even the current generation want to. So whenever we get a chance to speak on Genesis or the, you know what I mean, the coming forward, I like to expound on it. You know what I mean? So them can understand that this music I go way back. It have a nice history. A beautiful one, actually.
I'm glad Trini asked that question. I'm glad Trini asked that question because as a youth that's been listening to reggae music, dancehall music for a very, very, very long time, I would like to ask you, Buju, do you feel that the music today is in the right direction, the right path? Is the artist nowadays like sending the right message? I'm talking about majority of them.
Is my opinion. I'm not here to critique music nor any other entertainer for their works. I give thanks to their contribution, because while I wasn't here, they kept you all entertained. Yeah. I'm not here to criticize it. I'm here to support and grow the music. Upside Down 2020 must be set us straight.
All right. Jamrock Cruise, Trini. I know you went. I didn't go on Jamrock Cruise, so
yes. I was one of the selectors on Jamrock Cruise, and Mimi and Marley pulled up the ship to Ocho Rios, Jamaica, and picked you up. I'm sure you remember that evening.
Yeah, man, just the other day, just a few days ago.
Exactly. And then I heard you perform this song called Yes, My Friend on the ship. It was the electricity. I don't have to tell you because you was there. Tell me how that was for you to perform that night with all of the Marleys there and all of these people that paid good money to come and see this performance, man, in Jamaica, to come pick you up from Ocho Rios.
Well, actually, the cruise wasn't built around coming to pick me up from Ocho Rios. It was an year-to-year annual event of which I was invited to perform. And my performance was slated to take place in Jamaica due to my travel restrictions. So therefore, let us get the wolves out the way and give the people the facts. So Steve Marley is not only a friend, he's a brother. You know? And as a brother, he was there for me. We roll these streets together. And if you should go and do a discography where my music is concerned, you'll find that there are a lot of songs by Buju Banton and Steve Marley from Amadou Diallo days. We did have this old man. And so working on this project also, I could not go forward without having my brother on this record with me. You know what I mean? Given the extensive love and support that was given unto me by this Steve Marley. So before we even recorded the song, we performed the song. That song was performed before it was even recorded. We just wrote it. You know, because the original is Duppy Conqueror by Bob Marley, his dad. And what we did, he sang his dad version in a more, you know what I mean, relatable fashion, you know, to my situation. And I just had my renditions to it to complement what he was saying, and it was blessed by the Most High. And I hope the massive receive it well.
Respect in every aspect. Buju, I have to say, over the years, you have been inspiring me. And the first man to ever look by me and say, "Ooh, say that big man don't cry." And I have to tell you, man to man, my heart was broken the other day, but Buju, thank God for this album, because a girl broke my heart the other day. You know which song we play for you, Buju? You know which song we play for you? I cannot please you.
And I'm cry.
Buju, this is the song I played for Buju.
Tell you what,
Hey, girl.
I guess it was a good time, girl.
Pull up. This is hey, listen to me. This right here catch everybody by surprise. And I'm glad this album is so diverse. It's not just appealing to one demographic right over here and we're staying over here. You can dance, you can laugh, you can cry. Good Time Girl is one of those records that say, yo, that Buju, you're different, you know. How you feel about this record?
That's our intent, to comfort our people through these turbulent times. At the beginning of the interview, our brethren said, Ricky Platinum said, it is great. It's on time. And I said to myself, God don't make mistake. So yes, my brother, we might go through situations sometime, but there must always be the music to comfort us. Even the heartbreak, the music have a role to play.
The world language, music.
Yes, I.
Nice. Okay. One of my favorites on here is the collab with Pharrell. I want to know how Pharrell, Neptunes.
Yeah.
Well,
Pharrell came to Jamaica. You know, sometimes people think that whenever they hear a collaboration, it's normally, oh, I send this guy the track and this girl send me the track. Pharrell actually came to Jamaica. We sat in the studio. He came to Jamaica for a week. And we get some work done. Actually, we have our next Pharrell Buju Banton coming at you. We're not talking about that. So this song right now is a party song in our vibe, but it still have a vibe in our vibe. And I hope the masses enjoy it. My first time working with the Neptunes family, fantastic group of guys, you know what I mean? Love the music. They really love the music. And, you know, I'm just glad that I could introduce them to what I do and learn a little bit about what they do. It's great.
Right, because I don't remember Pharrell being on any Caribbean. He might have been. I'm not sure right now. But
he had a song with Beanie Man years ago, or something to that effect.
Was it Serious with Ti? I
can't remember.
I think it was Serious, the one, the collab what he did with Ti. That was.
I don't remember.
That's the one with Ti. Yeah, it's a good tune, man. Cherry Pie.
Oh yes, bye.
Like I said about this album, it brings you through so many emotions. And one of the things I was wondering when I heard about the long walk to freedom, I'm thinking to myself, which song is Buju Banton gonna walk out to when he hits that stage? And all I heard was this. Lamb of God, our courtesy one we call Buju Banton. People just listen to this song, just one quick second. Like I said, Massive, this album brings you through a lot of emotions. And I know everyone is gonna feel this one, don't it, Buju?
I live.
Have mercy on me
in these times.
Oh, Lamb of God, I come. Have mercy on me. Oh, Lamb of God.
I just want the people to listen just that first part.
Have mercy on me. Oh, Lamb of God, I come. Have mercy on me.
And the song could have ended right there because that message in the beginning of the song, have mercy on me, O Lamb of God. What a powerful message, Buju.
Well, you know, sometimes we're so puffed up with our ego, and because it's all about us, you know, we live a life now, everybody think it's all about them, right? To even ask some mercy and forgiveness from the Most High God, they think they're bigger than that. But we know if we humble ourselves and remember the Most High, He will remember us.
That's what it's all about. And in an up spirit time, and an up spirit energy on this album, you linked up with Dave Kelly.
Yes, I.
The genius himself, Dave Kelly.
In a dancehall vibes.
In a dancehall vibes. I don't want the people to feel that you're gonna expect one type of energy on this album. I want people to really. This is one of those albums, right?
The album has 20 tracks. Well, let's start this.
20 tracks.
20 tracks. 20 diverse tracks. Let's begin there.
Not the same vibe. This is the type of album that you will go in your car and you will drive to nowhere for about 2 hours, 3 hours, and just listen to the music and just take in the message from Buju Banton himself.
Just be strong, my people. I love you all. We just want the people to know that I'm back from the dungeons after being buried alive. And
from the
we want to get so much music. Like, if you're listening, you know, I'm speaking to you, but you're not really listening. I said more music and less talk.
Yeah.
Stepper. Don't forget.
Okay.
You know that song?
Stepper?
Stepper? Yes.
So, Buju, I want you to do us a favor before we leave, because I know I want to thank you for taking the time. I just want you to do us a favor for 93.9 WKYS. I want you to introduce that song called Stepper live.
Send them a bad boy fine. 93 a step on New York long time. You step on DC, stepping on Maryland, you step fine. Step on them like when you a step on crime, you a stepper. This is Buju Banton on 93.9. I want to touch on the tone. Everything is going to be fine. Bust it one time.
Buju Banton, big up yourself, my brother.
Trini. Upside down 2020. Check it out. Rough. Love nice.
You a bad man fine. And you not stand if you want no time. Plus I mean when I step with them team. Now a white suit and time for forensic. When me say step on, I know plenty things. Step on, I know take a man and step for the worst. Man I go step for the better. Step in a Great Britain. Step in a Merrimaca. 2 degrees cool. Man I step when it hotter. No make no mistake. Confused step and we shatter. Man I step. That a brain gets splattered. If you think I go walk big foot and fatter.
Trini.
Trini
the General. Trini, I want you to make the people them understand what happens every Sunday. Every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. Trini, pick up your mic, make the people them hear you, Trini. Pick up your mic, make the people them hear you.
You want to know?
What happens? What did you say, Trini?
What's that?
What happens every Sunday on 93.9 WKYS, bro?
7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
What happens? Tell me.
Over the airwaves. We
Oh
take
my
over
God.
the airwaves. 939 WKYS. This show, trust me, we're going to go a long way. It's going to hit the world. Trust me. Tune in. Culture Bash.
Can I play the last drop before we come off? Can I play the last drop before we come off, Trini?
Please.
This is a message from one of our great dancehall artists. Just people, just listen.
Seriously, up to the time, you know it's called Tell, representing for 93.9. That's WKYS. Yes. Ricky Platinum, DJ Trini, big up on yourself. I'm out.
I need everybody go get that album, Upside Down 2020. Get the album on our platforms, all courtesy our own Buju Banton.
Right.
Boss, the General. Big up everybody. Everybody, respect.
Big up Big D, the weatherman. We appreciate you. Big up Destin Media. J1's big up DJ Khaled. Big up yourself, my brother. Good looking out. Ricky Platinum. Blessed love.
Mod.
Right.